Let your life testify. Let your life testify. Let your life testify.
Gotta disrupt the pattern. That's it. Shout, disrupt the pattern. Identify, then disrupt. That's my prayer, y'all. I'm praying for greater loyalty. I'm praying for a greater spirit of dissatisfaction. I'm praying for a greater clarity about the issues. And then I'm praying that God will give you a greater commitment to disrupt your old patterns.
Come on now. Come on. All right now.
That's why I like it. Y'all know when I was here, I was pushing for 2 worship services. It was a big deal, and that was appropriate, I think, in that season. But I'm happy when this new pastor came. She disrupted the pattern. Come on now. She disrupted the pattern. Look at it. Look at what God is doing now. I love hearing what we used to call the 8 o'clock choir starting off the service. That was wonderful. And then the other one coming on in. That when she disrupted, when y'all disrupted the pattern, that made it possible for God to do something new.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right.
Disrupt the pattern in your house. Disrupt the pattern in your marriage. Disrupt the pattern with your kids. Disrupt the patterns with your addictions. Disrupt the patterns.
Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it.
You gotta do something new.
Yeah, something new.
All right, now here's where the text come alive, and I'm almost finished. This is where I'm trying to get to. I've been working on it to try to get here. Good God Almighty. Now, watch this. Watch this. Verse 28. And I wanted to read it out of the New Living Translation because, this speaks to me here. Now look here.
Come on.
Verse 28.
Come on.
Listen. Watch it.
Come on.
Watch this. It says, she had heard about Jesus.
She had heard.
That's another text.
Yes.
So y'all got to go out and make sure people hear about it.
Come on. Yes.
All right, that's why y'all doing that open door where folk come in here for pizza and there's no pressure because they can't hear it, you can't get them in. Come on now, son, get them in. The trauma, I love all that. I love that. So she had heard. Everybody say heard.
Heard.
That's a good word. It's good. And then watch this. It says she had heard about you, so she came up behind him. Watch it, through the crowd. And touched his robe. Now usually that's the shouting moment, but here's a shouting moment right here in verse 28. Now watch it. It said, watch this. For she thought. Everybody say thought. The NIV translation says, but the real meaning here is that I'm always talking to myself in my brain, right? I'm thinking out loud sometimes. But what the text of the New Living nails it. Well, it's not that she said it to anybody. She thought. Before she acted, she thought. Before she broke the pattern, she thought. She thought to herself, if I could just touch his robe.
Yes.
All right. I'm praying for greater loyalty.
Yes.
I'm praying for greater dissatisfaction.
Yes.
I'm praying for greater clarity around the issue.
Yes. I'm
praying for a greater spirit, a commitment to disrupt normal patterns. Watch it. And I'm praying, here it goes, for greater imagination.
All right. That's on.
I've said this before. I know when we start talking about the gifts that God gives us, as we get into theological churches, we get into all kinds of stuff. To speaking in tongues, laying hands on the sick to see them recover. And all those, I believe in those gifts. Those are gifts. Words of prophecy, all of that. I believe in all those gifts. Those are wonderful gifts. I always like to say, the gifts are all right, but let's make sure we see some fruit, right? Patience and kindness and love and all that. But here's my point.
Come on.
One of the greatest gifts that God has ever given us, we often overlook. It is the gift of imagination. It is that gift that makes us so much like the one who created it. Let me point it out. Here, listen, science and Genesis all agree on this point. That creation started from an unexplainable nothing. Right? And Genesis answers the question that science cannot answer. All they can do is they pick up with the Big Bang and quantum science, theory, all that stuff. They talk about what happened. But we got to ask, well, what programmed that caused the atoms to come together, and how when they came together, where that come from? And Genesis says, in the beginning there's God. Watch it. And God looks out on nothing. But notice the word, everybody say imagination.
Imagination.
You take the word imagination as image, I-M-A-G-E in there, right? And that means picture. Say picture. Picture. So the gift of imagination is the ability to see something when there is nothing there.
All right, come on.
Get a little excited here. Come on, I'm trying to work it. Come on, imagination is the ability to see what nobody else can see. Come on now. So God steps out on nothing. Come on. And when you look at it, it's nothing. When Reverend looks at it, it's nothing. But when God sees it, come on now. He sees something. Come on now. And then read through Genesis. Watch it. He looks at darkness. You saw darkness. I saw darkness. Everybody saw darkness. But he saw light. He said, let the light be. Come on now. Then he looked at the water. He saw land. Said, let that be. Then he looked at the sky. He saw stuff flying. He said, let that be. You get the point. Imagination is God's great.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Glory, glory. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus is just like his daddy.
Come on.
Did you know that?
Come on.
They were at a wedding.
Come on.
And the folk put water in the thing.
Come on now.
And they looked in there and they saw water.
Yes.
Come on now.
Come on.
But Jesus said, no.
Yeah.
Taste it again.
Yeah.
They poured it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't water, it was water.
Yeah.
Come on now, wait. He just like his dad. They brought him 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
They say it's too little.
Yeah.
But when Jesus looked at the too little, he saw too much. Because the text says he fed 5,000 plus, and there was 12 baskets of leftovers. Shout imagination. Wait. Here's the point. Watch it.
Come on.
Here's what I like about this gift.
Yes, tied up.
It gets better with age.
Yes, come on. Better. Yes.
See, you have to live a while.
Yes.
You have to see some stuff.
Come on now.
You got to go through some stuff. It's the only gift. I'm in my 50s now. I appreciate it. It's the only gift. Come on now. It's the only gift that gets better.
Yeah.
Not the only, but one that gets better with age.
Praise the Lord. No,
it's right here in the text. I didn't want you to miss it. She disrupted her pattern. But what caused her to disrupt?
Come on.
Well, one is she heard. But the second was that once she heard, the text tells me she thought. She imagined. It's telling you what she imagined. She imagined herself. She imagined. She wasn't even out of her house, y'all. But she imagined herself getting close enough that she could see. Y'all, she was sitting on a bed, y'all. But she could see herself reaching towards the garment. See that the lights were still on. But she could see it. She could see what nobody else saw. And she drove towards what she saw and something greater. So right here is where the woman with the issue and Elisha, they connect. Because Elijah said to Elisha, if you see it.
Come on, preacher. See it.
If you see it when it happens, it's yours. If you don't see it, if you can't imagine it, come on, then you'll miss it. But if you can see what nobody else sees,
come on.
There is an answer to violence.
Yes.
We just have to have a greater imagination.
Yes.
There is an answer to the brokenness in your life. Come on now. But you need a greater imagination. Come on. Oh, you got to see it.
Come on. Tell us. Help us. Yes.
I'm finished here. When I went to college, and I was a freshman, scarred, from a little town called Coshada, and I showed up on Grambling State University campus, and somehow I ended up in the student government office looking for information, and the president walked out. And when the president walked out, it hit me. He was elected by all the students. He had an office. He had a secretary. She had an office. I discovered later he got a full scholarship. And then, watch it, he had all these other amenities. And he was the man. And I was a young freshman, wet behind the ears from a little town called Coshada. But what happened is when he walked out, he triggered my imagination.
All right, come on.
And I said, one day I'd like to be student body president.
All right.
And the moment I said it, see, his walking triggered God maneuvered. I took it. The moment I said it, I heard another voice within. Said, you must be out of your mind. You from a little town that nobody can pronounce the name. You don't have any political connections. You're scarred. Nobody wants to be a part of what's going on. You have nothing to work with. You're out of your league. But then I'm so happy I was raised up in the church. I see these brothers Joey and all these over here. It's good to be raised up in the church and let the word grow up in you. Come on now. Because then I heard something else. Said, you're more than a conqueror through Jesus who loves you. Come on now. You can do all things through Christ who is your strength. Y'all like that? And so I said, I'm going to trust God because he can take my nothing and make something out of it. 4 years later, I was student body president. Now watch this. This is not the point. Watch it. Here's the point. Watch, here's the point. All I could see, the biggest dream I had was student government president. God had something beyond. But he had to get me to activate my imagination.
Come on now, activate.
And when I reached for to be the student government president, he developed me in my reach. Because he wasn't thinking about student government president. He was thinking about the pastor of Faith Presbyterian. He was thinking about the pastor of Roxbury Press. Come on now. He was thinking about the pastor of NBCC. It's going to take imagination. It's going to take faith. It's going to take a lead in towards the greater. So he said, reach for that. I got something more.
Reach. Come on. Preach.
I'm praying that God will give Rox Press greater imagination.
Great.
And then it's over. She touched. The miracle happens. He says, who did it? She's frightened. Watch this. Here's the last point. Shout greater accomplishment. She didn't dream of what would happen later. Most of us, here's just a little side point. What she wanted to do was to take her miracle and exit. That's how a lot of us treat the church.
Come on, tell
We
us.
want to get close enough to get the miracle. Then we exit back to normal life.
Come on. Die.
And she wanted to, but the crowd wouldn't let her. And something inside, she shrunk down. And he kept looking.
Come on now. Come on.
Who did it?
Help us.
And then something said, go tell him.
Come on.
And the text says she went in front of him trembling and told him all that she did.
Come on.
Watch it. Here's what she did
Come on.
not
Come on.
expect.
Yeah.
He then says to her, I know we like to get on your faith has made you well. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But here's what he says to her that is special. In every translation, the word is capitalized. He said, daughter. If I say daughter. Now you got to look at the text, and I'm finished now. I'm on my way to Worcester, but since we're dealing with it, you got to look at the text. Look at the text. text right there. There's 3 stories right there, right? And they all have to do with unclean. The unclean guy in the graveyard. This woman is unclean. The dead body, the little girl. And then the last 2 stories, the woman has had an issue for 12 years. And then the little girl, he's on his way to heal. Jairus' daughter, she's 12 years old. Watch it. And really, at this point, there's a pivot in the story because there's something that Mark is trying to say about God's ability to restore. Oh my God. There's something he's trying to say. So when he gets to Jairus' house, he's going to give back Jairus' daughter to him. Watch it. But he's saying something to that woman. He said, as important as Jairus' daughter is to him, that's how important you are to me. And that's the echo that has to come from Rock's prayers throughout all of Roxbury. I don't care who you are. When God deals with you, he deals with you like you're the only child he has. If you were the only one in eternity, he still would have sent his son to die for you, to get up for you, to save you. Come on now. He deals with you. You're the only one he has. All right, I'm not far from it. Because here's the truth. You are the only one he has. There's not another Herman Hamilton in all eternity. There's not another Pastor Liz Walker in all eternity. You're the only one. And even in the age of cloning, you'll still be the only one.
Come on now. Come on.
Because they can clone your biology, but your soul comes from God. And that's where your identity, I gotta go down. Good God Almighty. Somebody say hallelujah. Somebody shout greater. Greater accomplishment comes. Shout greater. Shout greater imagination. Greater disruption. Greater commitment. Shout greater. Say hallelujah. Here I am, Lord. Use me. Use us. Greater.
Don't let your gifts just tangle in the dirt. Nah, yeah. Use what you got to edify the church.